Hi, Simon here, GEM8NYB, continuing with my CR100 restoration. Now, in the last video I made, pointed out a few bits and pieces that I need to do first. One was to put the IFT cans in. I can't really go any further because it's getting very crowded in the chassis, so I really need to put the IFTs in. I held it up on books just to get a bit of space underneath it. But before I put the cans in, the IFTs, which are intermediate frequency transformers, before I put those in, I wanted to test them, and in particular I wanted to test the crystal filter that's built into IFT2. So I'm going to use a couple of pieces of equipment here. Basically, one's called a Nanovna Vector Network Analyzer. Now, you can get VNAs, professional ones, and they're very expensive. These aren't too bad. They're sort of made in China and they've been on the market for a few years now. This is an SAA2N. Don't really see it very well there. This is about £80. I like this one because it's got metal case and it's got pen connectors. So they're chunky, really good connectors here. These are the leads that came with it. Now, I do have a smaller VNA which I used originally, and I'll show you that here. This was the original one I bought. It's a lot cheaper, probably about £45–50 on eBay or Banggood. It came without the box. The box I had to buy additionally. Now, this works okay. It's just a very small screen and very hard to see, especially if your eyesight starts to get old. So I've got this one. It's a bit more robust. Not only that, you can interface it into a PC and you get a better display on the screen. So that's what I'm going to use to analyse the IF cans. Now, to interface that to the cans, I made this little device here. It's just two pieces of copper board, copper clad printed circuit board material. Fixed it at right angle. I just run some solder down there and kept it. It's double-sided copper. Put two N connectors on the end there. These will fit in. And on here, just a couple of pieces of printed circuit board glued on. Obviously that's insulated away from the main board, and a couple of crop clips onto the sockets there. So that's it basically. Not a big deal, just makes it easier to connect up pieces of equipment to the VNA. Right, so hopefully I'll see what sort of results we get. Right, this is the large drawing here, and I'll just try and show you what I've connected up. These are the IF cans. I'm not really very good at pointing backwards. This is the input of IFT1, so I thought I'd make it as it is. Then the output of IFT1 connects to the input of IFT2, and that has the crystal here. You see the little crystal, hard to see. There's a little crystal mark there. And then the output of the IFT, which would go to the valve, I put to the channel 1 of my VNA. And so that's the input of the VNA, that's the output of the VNA. And then at the bottom of here, about here, I've connected it to the 0.1 UF capacitor, and also the bottom half of IFT2. So basically the two IF cans are connected together as would be in the radio, and I'm injecting my signal in here and looking for the return loss on the output of IFT2. Hopefully that will show up. Okay, here's the setup. Not sure how clear it's showing up. This is IFT1 here. There's my input signal. Going to IFT1. It's connected through. I just soldered it through. There's a crystal here. See the crystal here. Now it was marked, remember, 465.52. what was written on here, the actual frequency of resonance. Then the output is fed into the little adapter here and back on to the input of the VNA. Now there's the VNA. I'm not sure how clear that's showing up here. I'm quite disappointed because this mark, I'll show it on the PC it'll be easier. This marker here is supposedly the resonance of the crystal. 465.52, slightly less, more that way. So it's outside this lump here. Now it looks very similar to what you would expect on a crystal. Very broad here. I would have wanted a more of a peak, and I wanted this 465.52 in the middle of this peak here. It's not very clear on here, so I'll show it on the PC. Right, this is it now connected up to the PC. You can see the graph here. This is my gain, gives you a bigger response. This is the actual return loss of the filter. Now the green marker, I can't really see it there, is 465.517, should be 52, but it's very close to 52. Now that supposedly was written on the crystal, that frequency here. Now here's the peak. It looks a bit like if you put a crystal on a VNA, this is very similar, although a crystal would be higher up here. So this is where I expected this resonance to be, what, 465.52. So I'm not 100% sure. Now it may be because once it's in the circuit, once in the radio itself, it may alter the shape a little with the additional capacitors of interelectrode capacitors, or capacity of the valves, and a few other bits and pieces. So it showed you've got a response. The IFT is working. I didn't want to move it too much, but I did have a tune of the coil there, and all it does is change the amplitude. It doesn't really change the frequency, but they're very close to what I checked the other IFTs as well, and they're all very close to 465. They probably will need some adjusting. They're not all spot on, but I can't really adjust the IF transformers until they're in the circuit itself, obviously, and set it up there with a sweep generator or something. Now there's a set of curves with the manual, so when I come to set it up, hopefully I'll try and get that. I'm not 100% sure what to do with this. If that is at the wrong frequency, it means the crystal's probably aged for some reason, or there's something I'm missing here, I'm not sure. But I've got a feeling the crystal may have aged, so what to do about that I'm not sure. So I've got a commercial crystal filter here. It's dark here to see a screen here. This is 21 megs, so I'll show you the response of a 21 meg crystal. Maybe hold on a sec. Well, this is the plot of the commercial one. You can see on the log mag return, it's got, I mean, there's a lot of spikes in it, but it does give you a sort of a curve here. This is centered on 21.4, which is the frequency of the filter. So I was expecting something on the CR100 one at 465 to be centered. So for some reason my one isn't, but that just gives you an idea of what a commercial filter looks like through the VNA. I can change the settings a bit and make it a bit more smoother, but at the moment that's just a quick example. I'll stick a crystal on and see what a crystal does on these things. Okay, I'm now connected up just a normal quartz crystal. It's a 4.86 megs, and it's that one there. Which you can show that's in focus. The date on it is 19 September 52, so I thought I was closer to the crystal in my radio. So I connected that one up, and you see on the display there, it is quite accurate because the green marker here is 4.8594, so it's very, very close to this resonance frequency. This is the serial resonance frequency, and then you get the the serial, and then that's the parallel resonance on a crystal. So you get a double pipe. Pop hazard chart. Here we go. Typical crystal response there. I think that's something to do with the VNA. So a crystal, of course, has two resonant points. The first one being the serial resonance, and then down here is its parallel resonance. And I'm not sure what that is there. I read somewhere that could be something to do with an image generated by the VNA itself. So there we go. So just as for a comparison, that's very close in age to the CR100. Yeah, the CR100 one, its resonant frequency quoted on it is a long way off. It's quoted as 465.52, where in fact the actual resonance is 465.4. 0.6, so it's a couple of kilohertz off. That noted, we'll see what it resonates at when I put it into the radio. Well, that's it, just a quick explanation of what I've been doing, testing these IF cans. Right, that's it for now. I tested most of the IF cans this way, and they're all very close to the resonance frequencies that they're supposed to be, about 465 plus minus half a kilohertz or something. So I'm going to set them up once they're in the radio. Well, I'm happy they're all working. The only thing is the crystal filter on IFT2. So I shall have a look at that once it's in the radio. So there we go. A quick look at a VNA Nano. I'm not sure if it's of any use to anybody, but yeah, it's a handy piece of equipment once you get used to it. It's quite a fiddly thing at first, but once you get into using it, they give you a lot of good information. Okay, that's it for now, and catch you next time. Bye bye.